Before we begin, if you're feeling the pull to be here right now, subscribe to this channel and like this video. Your soul guided you here for a reason. I need you to stop everything you're doing right now. What I'm about to share with you comes directly from Ashtar Sheran, the commander of the Galactic Confederation, and it concerns a date that is less than 24 hours away, October 4th, 2025. This is not another prediction. This is not another spiritual message lost in the noise of countless channeled information. This is an urgent cosmic warning that will determine the trajectory of your entire existence moving forward. Right now, as you hear these words, there are forces converging upon Earth that have not aligned in this specific configuration for over 26,000 years. The last time these cosmic doorways opened, entire civilizations vanished overnight. Ancient texts speak of it in whispers. The Mayans knew. The Egyptians prepared. The Atlanteans ignored the signs, and you know what happened to them. Ashtar Sheran has broken his silence because tomorrow, October 4th, 2025, marks the moment when the protective veils between dimensions become dangerously thin. What does this mean for you? It means that the barrier separating our third-dimensional reality from higher and lower vibrational planes will temporarily dissolve. For 12 hours starting at exactly 3:33 in the morning, your local time, Earth will exist in a state of quantum flux, a state where thoughts manifest instantly, where entities from other dimensions can cross over, where your consciousness can slip between timelines if you are not properly anchored. The Galactic Confederation has been monitoring Earth's electromagnetic field for the past 90 days, and what they've discovered has caused emergency protocols to be activated across all awakened star seeds and lightworkers on this planet. The solar winds, carrying charged particles from our sun, have been building to unprecedented levels. But this is not just about solar activity. 3 planets will align in a configuration that creates what ancient astrologers called the Eye of God, a celestial gateway that opens once every millennium. You might be wondering why you haven't heard about this on the news or from mainstream sources. The truth is, this operates on frequencies that scientific instruments cannot fully measure. This is energetic, this is dimensional, this is quantum. And those who control information on this planet have been deliberately keeping humanity in the dark about the true nature of reality and cosmic events that affect our consciousness directly. Ashtar Sheran's message is clear and direct. Do not close your eyes tonight, not in the way you usually sleep. Your consciousness must remain in a state of lucid awareness. When you sleep unconsciously tonight, your astral body becomes vulnerable to the chaotic energies that will be swirling through the dimensional planes. Negative entities that feed on fear and confusion will be attempting to harvest energy from unaware souls. This is not meant to frighten you but to prepare you. Do not go outside on October 4th. This instruction is not symbolic. The electromagnetic frequencies that will be bombarding Earth's surface during the peak hours of this portal can cause severe disruptions to your energy field if you are directly exposed. Those who are highly sensitive have already begun experiencing symptoms: ringing in the ears, pressure in the third eye, sudden waves of unexplained anxiety followed by moments of profound peace, time distortions where hours feel like minutes or minutes feel like hours. These are the early signs that the cosmic event is already beginning to affect our reality. Let me explain what is actually happening from a multidimensional perspective. Earth is transitioning from one major cycle to another. The Galactic Confederation refers to this as the Great Purification. It is a moment when all lower vibrational energies, all karmic debts, all shadow aspects that have been hidden must come to the surface to be cleared. This is why the world has felt so chaotic recently. This is why relationships are ending, why careers are suddenly shifting, why people are feeling called to completely change their lives. It is all part of the preparation for what is coming tomorrow. Ashtar Sheran has specifically warned that those who are not vibrationally aligned with the new frequencies will experience this day as the most challenging 24 hours of their lives. Confusion, disorientation, physical symptoms that doctors will not be able to explain, emotional breakdowns that seem to come from nowhere. This is because their energy systems are resisting the upgrade that the universe is trying to install into human consciousness. But for those who are prepared, for those who understand what is truly happening, October 4th will be the greatest activation of your life. Dormant DNA strands will begin firing. Psychic abilities that have been suppressed will suddenly come online. You will begin to see through the illusions that have kept humanity enslaved for thousands of years. The veil will lift from your eyes, and you will perceive reality as it truly is, multidimensional, interconnected, and infinitely more magical than you have been led to believe. The Galactic Confederation has positioned motherships in strategic locations around Earth's atmosphere. They are not here to intervene directly, as that would violate universal laws of free will. But they are here to stabilize the electromagnetic grid and prevent complete chaos. There are also millions of awakened beings on Earth right now who have been trained for this exact moment. You may be one of them. If you feel a deep resonance with these words, if your heart is racing and your third eye is pulsing, then you are receiving confirmation that you are part of the ground crew that volunteered to be here during this planetary transition. Now I need you to understand something crucial. This is not about fear. Fear is the lowest vibrational frequency, and it is exactly what the negative forces want you to feel right now. Fear keeps you locked in old programming. Fear prevents you from accessing the higher states of consciousness that will protect you and elevate you during this cosmic event. What Ashtar Sheran is offering is awareness, preparation, empowerment. You are not a victim of cosmic forces. You are a powerful creator being who chose to incarnate on Earth at this specific time because you knew this moment was coming. Deep in your soul, you have been preparing for October 4th, 2025 for lifetimes. Every challenge you have faced, every dark night of the soul, every moment where you questioned everything, it has all been training for what is about to unfold. The synchronicities that have been appearing in your life with increasing frequency are not random. The recurring number sequences, the unexpected encounters with people who deliver exactly the message you needed to hear, the dreams that feel more real than waking life. These are all confirmation codes from the universe letting you know that you are exactly where you need to be. Tonight, before the clock strikes midnight, you must make a conscious choice. Will you move through October 4th as an unconscious participant, swept along by forces you do not understand? Or will you step fully into your power as a sovereign being of light and navigate this cosmic gateway with intention, awareness, and grace? Ashtar Sheran has made it clear that neutrality is not an option. The energies are too powerful. You will either rise or fall. You will either awaken or fall deeper into illusion. The universe is forcing humanity to choose, and tomorrow, October 4th, is the day when those choices begin to manifest into physical reality at an accelerated rate. Everything you have been manifesting, consciously or unconsciously, is about to materialize in your life with shocking speed. If you have been holding visions of abundance, freedom, and spiritual awakening, prepare for miracles. If you have been stuck in cycles of victim consciousness, blame, and fear, prepare for those patterns to intensify until you finally break free from them. This is the cosmic reset that prophets and mystics have spoken about for centuries. This is the moment when heaven and earth collide, when the spiritual and physical worlds merge, when humanity collectively decides what kind of future we will create. Before we continue to the next part, comment below the words "I am ready" if you feel the calling to consciously participate in this cosmic event. Let the universe know you are prepared. What I am about to reveal to you now goes beyond anything you have learned in conventional science or spiritual teachings. The frequencies that will pierce through Earth on October 4th are not simply energy waves. They are intelligent, conscious transmissions from the galactic core itself, carrying encoded information that will reprogram the very foundation of human consciousness and biological structure. The Galactic Confederation has been monitoring what they call the cosmic download sequence. This is a series of high-frequency light codes that travel faster than the speed of light, bypassing all physical barriers and penetrating directly into the quantum field that holds our reality together. These frequencies operate at a level that exists between matter and pure consciousness. They are the bridge between the seen and unseen worlds. To understand what is actually happening, you need to know that your body is not solid. Quantum physics has already proven this. You are 99.999% empty space, held together by electromagnetic fields and consciousness itself. Your DNA is not just a biological blueprint. It is an antenna, a receiver of cosmic information that determines not only your physical characteristics, but also your level of consciousness, your psychic abilities, and your capacity to access higher dimensional realities. For thousands of years, human DNA has been operating at a fraction of its full capacity. Scientists call the inactive portions junk DNA, but this could not be further from the truth. These dormant sections are actually advanced spiritual technologies that were deliberately deactivated when humanity fell from higher states of consciousness. The frequencies coming on October 4th are specifically designed to reactivate these dormant codes. Ashtar Sheran has explained that these cosmic waves originate from the central sun of our galaxy, a massive energetic core that functions as the heart and mind of the Milky Way. This central sun pulses with rhythms that govern the evolution of all consciousness within our galactic system. Every 26,000 years, it releases a massive burst of transformational energy that forces all beings within its influence to either evolve to the next level or reset completely. Earth is currently positioned at a precise mathematical point in space where multiple cosmic currents converge. Solar winds from our sun, carrying charged particles and magnetic fluctuations. Gamma-ray bursts from distant supernovas, carrying information from dying and rebirthing stars. Photon belt energies that our solar system has been gradually entering for the past 40 years. And now, the direct transmission from the galactic core. All of these are merging into one unified wave that will wash over Earth tomorrow. But here is what makes October 4 uniquely dangerous and transformative. The frequency signature of these incoming waves vibrates at a rate that directly affects the pineal gland, the small pine cone-shaped organ in the center of your brain that ancient mystics called the seat of the soul. Your pineal gland is crystalline in structure. It contains actual calcite crystals that can receive and transmit electromagnetic frequencies, just like a radio antenna. When these cosmic frequencies hit your pineal gland, one of two things will happen. If your pineal gland is calcified from years of fluoride consumption, processed foods, and toxic environmental exposure, the frequencies will cause extreme pressure, headaches, confusion, and temporary disorientation. Your consciousness will fight against the upgrade because the physical vessel is not prepared to handle the intensity of the transmission. However, if your pineal gland has been decalcified through spiritual practices, clean nutrition, and conscious awareness, these frequencies will activate it to levels of functionality that most humans have never experienced. You will begin to perceive reality in ways that seem impossible. Colors will become more vibrant, and you will see hues that do not exist in the normal visible spectrum. You will hear tones and frequencies that others cannot detect. You will know things without being told. You will see through deception instantly. You will access memories from past lives and future timelines simultaneously. The Galactic Confederation has also warned about the impact these frequencies will have on the Earth's electromagnetic field and the Schumann resonance. The Schumann resonance is the heartbeat of Earth, a frequency of approximately 7.83 Hertz that all life on this planet has evolved in harmony with. For millions of years, this frequency remained stable, but in recent decades, it has been spiking erratically, sometimes jumping to readings of 40 Hertz or higher. On October 4th, the Schumann resonance will experience fluctuations beyond anything ever recorded. This will directly affect your nervous system, your heart rate, your sleep patterns, and your emotional state. Those who are not grounded and centered will feel like they are losing their minds. Time will distort. Reality will feel dreamlike and unstable. The boundary between imagination and manifestation will blur to the point where thoughts can materialize almost instantly. This is why Ashtar Sheran has issued the warning not to go outside during the peak hours. When you are outdoors, you are directly exposed to the full intensity of these electromagnetic storms. Your energy field, your aura, acts as a buffer between your physical body and external energies. But tomorrow, the intensity of the cosmic radiation will overwhelm most people's natural defenses. Cracks will form in the aura, allowing lower vibrational entities and chaotic energies to attach themselves to unprotected individuals. Let me be very specific about what types of frequencies are actually coming through. The Galactic Confederation has identified 7 primary wave signatures, each targeting different aspects of human consciousness and biology. The first wave targets the root chakra and will force all unresolved survival fears to surface. The second wave targets the sacral chakra and will bring up all issues related to sexuality, creativity, and emotional repression. The third wave hits the solar plexus, collapsing false identities and ego structures that no longer serve your evolution. The fourth wave, and this is the most powerful, strikes directly at the heart chakra. This frequency dissolves all barriers around your heart that have been built through pain, betrayal, and trauma. You will feel everything, every wound you have suppressed, every person you need to forgive, every part of yourself you have rejected. It will all come flooding to the surface in waves of emotional release that can be overwhelming if you are not prepared. The fifth wave activates the throat chakra, and this is where truth becomes unavoidable. Lies will be impossible to maintain. Secrets will be exposed. Your authentic voice will demand to be heard, and suppressing it will cause physical pain in your throat and neck. The sixth wave targets the third eye, the center of intuition and psychic perception. This is when the veil lifts and you begin to see reality as it truly is, multidimensional and filled with beings and energies that have always been there, but invisible to ordinary perception. The seventh wave strikes the crown chakra and creates a direct connection between your individual consciousness and universal consciousness. For brief moments, you will experience what mystics call unity consciousness, the awareness that you are not separate from anything or anyone. You are the universe experiencing itself. This realization is so profound that it permanently alters your perception of reality. Now the scientific community will try to explain away any unusual phenomena tomorrow, as solar flares, magnetic anomalies, or atmospheric disturbances. They will provide rational explanations that keep people locked in materialistic worldviews. But those who are spiritually aware know that science only measures a tiny fraction of what actually exists. There are entire dimensions of reality that operate beyond the electromagnetic spectrum that science can detect. Ashtar Sheran has also revealed that these frequencies carry mathematical codes and geometric patterns. Sacred geometry is not just art, it is the language of creation itself. The frequencies coming tomorrow are structured in Fibonacci spirals, golden ratio proportions, and fractal patterns that will restructure the very fabric of space and time around Earth. This is why sensitive individuals have been experiencing time anomalies, where hours disappear or moments stretch into what feels like eternities. Your DNA responds to these geometric frequencies because DNA itself is structured as a double helix spiral, a geometric form that acts as a biological antenna for cosmic information. When the incoming frequencies match the harmonic resonance of your DNA, activation occurs automatically. Genes that have been dormant for generations suddenly switch on. Abilities that were latent suddenly become active. You quite literally become a different version of yourself overnight. But here is the most important thing you need to understand. These frequencies do not control you. They do not override your free will. They simply remove the barriers and limitations that have been artificially imposed on human consciousness. What you do with this newfound freedom and power is entirely up to you. You can use it to create abundance, love, and healing. Or you can fall into fear, confusion, and self-destruction. The frequencies themselves are neutral. They amplify whatever is already within you. This is why preparation is absolutely critical. If your internal state is chaotic, fearful, and filled with negative thought patterns, tomorrow will amplify that chaos to unbearable levels. But if you have done the inner work, if you have cleared your emotional baggage and aligned yourself with higher frequencies of love and gratitude, then October 4 will be the day your entire life transforms in miraculous ways. Now that you understand what is coming and why October 4 is unlike any other day in your lifetime, we must focus on the practical steps you need to take immediately. Ashtar Sheran and the Galactic Confederation have provided specific protocols that will protect your energy field and allow you to navigate this cosmic event not just safely, but in a way that maximizes the gifts and activations available to you. The first and most critical step is to create a sacred space within your home. This is not optional. You need to designate one room or one area where you will remain during the peak hours of the frequency transmission. This space must be energetically cleansed before tomorrow arrives. I want you to physically clean this area. Remove clutter. Remove anything that carries heavy or negative energy. Old photographs that bring up painful memories, objects given to you by people who drained your energy, electronic devices that are not absolutely necessary. Once the physical space is clean, you must perform an energetic cleansing. There are several methods, and you should use what resonates with your belief system. Burning sage or Palo Santo, while setting the intention that all lower vibrational energies must leave. Using sound, whether it is singing bowls, bells, or even clapping your hands loudly in each corner of the room, while commanding that only the highest frequencies of light and love may enter. You can also use salt, placing small bowls of sea salt in the four corners of your sacred space to absorb negative energy. As you cleanse, speak out loud. Your voice carries creative power. Say these words or something similar that comes from your heart. I now declare this space protected by the white light of source consciousness. Only beings and energies of the highest vibration, aligned with my greatest good, may enter here. All darkness, all fear, All entities that do not serve my highest purpose are commanded to leave now and never return. I am sovereign. I am protected. I am safe. After cleansing your physical space, you must cleanse your own energy field. Your aura has been absorbing the chaotic energies of the collective consciousness, especially over these past few weeks, as the cosmic event draws near. Most people are walking around with auras that are cloudy, cracked, and filled with energetic debris. This makes you vulnerable. Take a shower or bath with the specific intention of washing away all energy that is not yours. As the water flows over you, visualize it carrying away fear, doubt, anxiety, and any negative programming you have absorbed from other people or from the external world. Add sea salt or Epsom salt to your bath if possible. Salt is one of the most powerful purifiers on Earth. It has been used in spiritual practices across every culture for thousands of years because it literally absorbs and neutralizes negative frequencies. As you bathe, set the intention that you are returning to your natural state of purity and alignment with source energy. Now I need to talk about food and substances. Between now and the end of October 4th, you must be extremely conscious about what you put into your body. Your body is a temple, and tomorrow it will be a receiver for the highest frequencies the universe has to offer. Avoid alcohol completely. Alcohol lowers your vibration dramatically and creates holes in your aura that allow negative entities to attach. Avoid heavy, processed foods that slow down your system and keep you locked in dense, lower vibrations. No red meat, no fried foods, no refined sugars. Instead, eat light, high vibrational foods. Fresh fruits, especially berries and citrus. Fresh vegetables, especially leafy greens. Drink large amounts of pure water. Your body is mostly water, and water holds consciousness and information. Bless your water before drinking it. Hold the glass in your hands and speak words of gratitude and love into it. Water responds to intention, and this has been scientifically proven. You are programming the water to support your highest good. If you have access to them, certain herbs and supplements can support your system during this transition. Spirulina and chlorella help to detoxify heavy metals that block your energy channels. Magnesium calms the nervous system, which will be under intense pressure from the electromagnetic fluctuations. Medicinal mushrooms like reishi and lion's mane support brain function and spiritual awareness. But more important than any supplement is your intention and your consciousness. Let me give you the specific protection visualization that Ashtar Sheran has transmitted for this event. You should practice this multiple times before October 4th, and then maintain it continuously during the peak hours. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. With each exhale, release tension from your body. Now visualize a brilliant white light descending from above, entering through the crown of your head. This is pure source energy, the highest frequency in all of creation. See it flowing down through your body, filling every cell, every organ, every bone. As this white light fills your entire being, see it extending beyond your physical body, forming a bubble or sphere of protection around you. This sphere extends about 3 feet in all directions. The light is so bright and pure that nothing of lower vibration can penetrate it. Any negative energy or entity that tries to approach simply disintegrates on contact with this field of light. You are completely protected. You are completely safe. Now speak these words either out loud or in your mind. I am a sovereign being of light. I am protected by the infinite power of source consciousness. I command that only the highest frequencies may interact with my field. I am aligned with my highest timeline. I am safe, protected, and divinely guided. Throughout October 4th, you need to maintain a specific mental and emotional state. This is perhaps the most challenging part of the protocol because your mind will be tested. Old fears will surface. Doubts will try to creep in. You might feel waves of anxiety or even panic. This is normal. These are the lower frequencies being purged from your system as the higher frequencies move through. Do not resist these feelings. Do not judge them. Simply observe them and let them pass through you like clouds moving across the sky. Every time you notice fear or negativity arising, immediately shift your focus to gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrational frequencies available to humans, and it is the fastest way to raise your vibration in any moment. Think of 3 things you are genuinely grateful for. Feel the gratitude in your heart, not just as a mental exercise, but as a real emotion that fills your chest with warmth. This simple act will instantly elevate your frequency and realign you with the positive timeline. Music and sound will be powerful tools tomorrow. Certain frequencies can help stabilize your energy field and keep you anchored in higher vibrations. Solfeggio frequencies, particularly 528 Hz, which is known as the love frequency, can support cellular healing and DNA activation. Binaural beats designed for deep meditation can help keep your brainwaves in states that are receptive to the cosmic downloads. Sanskrit mantras carry vibrational codes that have been used for thousands of years to invoke protection and spiritual awakening. If you choose to use sound, keep the volume moderate. Your nervous system will already be processing intense energies, and you do not want to overwhelm it. The sound should feel soothing and supportive, not jarring or aggressive. You can also use your own voice. Humming, toning, or chanting can be incredibly powerful because your voice creates vibrations directly from within your body, harmonizing your entire system from the inside out. Ashtar Sheran has emphasized the importance of staying away from technology as much as possible tomorrow. Your television, your computer, your phone, they all emit electromagnetic frequencies that interfere with your natural field. More importantly, the information flowing through these devices tomorrow will be filled with fear, confusion, and chaos as the unawakened masses react to the energies they cannot understand. Do not absorb their panic. Do not get pulled into the drama of the external world. Your focus must remain internal. If you absolutely must use technology, limit it to brief, essential communications only. Do not scroll social media. Do not watch the news. Do not engage in arguments or debates online. Every bit of attention you give to external chaos is energy that you are not using for your own protection and transformation. Guard your energy like the precious resource it is. Crystals can provide additional support if you work with them. Clear quartz amplifies intention and energy. Black tourmaline grounds excess energy and creates a shield against negativity. Amethyst supports spiritual connection and protects against psychic attack. Selenite maintains a high vibration and can cleanse other crystals and your space continuously. If you have these stones, place them around your sacred space. Hold them during meditation. Sleep with them under your pillow tonight. But remember, crystals are tools, not sources of power. The true power is within you. Your consciousness, your intention, your connection to Source, these are what will determine your experience tomorrow. Crystals simply help focus and amplify what is already there. Throughout the day on October 4th, check in with your body regularly. Notice what you are feeling physically. Tingling sensations, especially in your hands, feet, or the top of your head, indicate that energy is moving through your system. Pressure in your third eye or crown chakra means activation is occurring. Waves of heat or cold are signs of energetic shifts. These are all normal and actually positive indicators that you are successfully integrating the new frequencies. If at any point you feel overwhelmed, return to your breath. Conscious breathing is the fastest way to return to center. Breathe in slowly for a count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Hold for 2. Repeat this cycle until you feel calm and grounded. Your breath is the bridge between your conscious mind and your body, between the physical and the spiritual. It is always available to you as an anchor. What is about to occur on October 4th goes far beyond a simple energetic shift. We are talking about the systematic dismantling of the illusion matrix that has kept humanity locked in a prison of limited perception for millennia. The veils that separate dimensions, the barriers between the physical and spiritual realms, the filters that have blocked your true sight, all of these are about to collapse in ways that will fundamentally alter your experience of reality itself. To understand what the collapse of the veils truly means, you must first understand what these veils actually are. They are not physical structures, they are frequency barriers, dimensional membranes created partly by natural cosmic cycles and partly by deliberate manipulation from forces that have benefited from keeping humanity in a state of spiritual amnesia. These veils have functioned like walls between radio stations, keeping each frequency separate and isolated from the others. Right now you exist primarily in what we call the third dimension. This is the realm of solid matter, linear time, separation, and duality. You perceive yourself as separate from other people, separate from nature, separate from the divine. You experience time as moving in one direction from past to present to future. You believe that matter is solid and unchangeable except through physical force. All of these perceptions are created and maintained by the veils that filter your consciousness. But there are other dimensions existing in the exact same space you occupy right now. The fourth dimension, where time becomes fluid and malleable. The fifth dimension, where consciousness creates reality instantly and separation dissolves into unity. Higher dimensions beyond that which operate on principles so foreign to third-dimensional thinking that they cannot even be described in human language. These dimensions are not far away. They are right here, occupying the same space, simply vibrating at different frequencies. The veils have kept these dimensional realities separated and hidden from your ordinary perception. But on October 4th, as the cosmic frequencies reach their peak intensity, these veils will become transparent and in some cases will completely dissolve for periods of time. What does this mean for you practically? It means you will begin to perceive things that have always been there, but were invisible to you before. You may see beings that exist in other dimensions. Some of these will be benevolent, guides and angels and star family who have been watching over you your entire life, but whom you could not perceive. Others will be neutral, simply existing in their own dimensional reality with no particular interest in humans. And yes, some will be what you might consider negative or dark, entities that feed on fear and lower emotions. But remember, you are protected if you have followed the protocols. Your frequency determines what you attract and what can interact with your field. The collapse of the veils will also allow you to perceive the energetic reality that underlies physical reality. You will begin to see auras, the colored fields of energy that surround all living things. You will see the energy lines that connect people who have strong emotional bonds. You will see the dark clouds of negative energy that accumulate in places where violence or suffering has occurred. You will see the brilliant light that radiates from places of natural beauty and spiritual power. Time itself will behave strangely as the veils collapse. You may experience moments where time seems to stop completely, where you exist in an eternal now with no sense of past or future. You may have experiences of being in two places at once, or remembering things that have not happened yet, or suddenly understanding events from your past with complete clarity as if you are experiencing them again right now. This is because linear time is an illusion created by the veils. And when the veils dissolve, you access the true nature of time, which is simultaneous and multidimensional. Ashtar Sheran has explained that the mass awakening that spiritual teachers have prophesied for decades is not a gradual, gentle process. It is a sudden, overwhelming flood of awareness that will crash over humanity like a tsunami. Some people will embrace this awakening with joy and excitement. Others will fight against it with every fiber of their being because it destroys everything they thought they knew about reality. The resistance will cause immense suffering for those who cling to old paradigms. You will witness this awakening happening in real time as the day progresses. People around the world will suddenly have inexplicable experiences that shatter their materialistic worldview. Atheists will have direct encounters with divine consciousness. Skeptics will experience undeniable psychic phenomena. Those who have lived their entire lives in spiritual darkness will suddenly see the light. And it will be so bright and overwhelming that many will not know how to process it. Social media and communication channels will be flooded with reports of strange experiences. People seeing visions, hearing voices, feeling presences, experiencing spontaneous healings, having memories of past lives flooding back, seeing through the lies and manipulation of governments and corporations with sudden crystal clarity. The collective awakening will be messy, chaotic, beautiful, and terrifying all at once. But here is what you must understand. Not everyone will awaken at the same level. Humanity will split into different vibrational timelines on October 4th. This is what spiritual teachers mean when they talk about the separation of worlds or the harvest of souls. Those who have been doing the inner work, raising their vibration, clearing their karma, and opening their hearts will shift into higher timeline realities, where magic, abundance, and unity consciousness become the norm. Those who remain locked in fear, hatred, greed, and separation consciousness will continue in lower timeline realities where suffering and struggle persist. And here is the profound truth that is difficult for many to accept. You will not be able to see or interact with people who are on significantly different timelines from yours. They will still physically exist, but you will drift apart in ways that feel natural and inevitable. Relationships that are not vibrationally aligned will simply dissolve. This timeline split has already been happening gradually, but October 4th marks the point where it accelerates dramatically and becomes undeniable. You have probably already noticed this in your own life. People you once felt close to now feel like strangers. Conversations that once flowed easily now feel forced and empty. Your interests, values, and perspectives have shifted so dramatically that you no longer relate to people and environments that once defined your life. This is not something to mourn. This is the natural result of evolution. You cannot take everyone with you to higher states of consciousness. Each soul must make their own choice, and that choice is reflected in their vibration. Your only responsibility is to hold your own frequency as high as possible and allow others the freedom to exist at whatever level they choose. As the veils collapse, you will also gain access to information and knowledge that has been hidden from humanity. Ancient wisdom that was lost or deliberately suppressed will suddenly become available to those who are ready to receive it. You will understand the true history of Earth, the extraterrestrial involvement in human evolution, the existence of advanced civilizations that rose and fell long before recorded history began. You will understand your own soul history, the many lifetimes you have lived, the contracts you made before incarnating, the specific mission you came here to accomplish. For many people, this sudden influx of information will be overwhelming. The human mind is not designed to process that much data all at once. This is why some will experience what appears to be mental breakdowns. They are not losing their minds. They are actually expanding beyond the limited container of the ego mind, and the ego is fighting desperately to maintain control. If you witness someone going through this, understand that it is part of their process. You cannot force someone to awaken before they are ready. The collapse of the veils will also expose all lies and deceptions. Truth will become unavoidable. People who have been living double lives will be exposed. Corrupt systems and institutions will be seen for what they truly are. The masks that people wear in public will become transparent, and you will see their true nature regardless of what they say or how they present themselves. This X-ray vision into truth will be both a gift and a burden, because you will no longer be able to pretend not to see what you see. Your own shadow aspects will also be revealed with brutal honesty. The parts of yourself you have been hiding or denying will come flooding to the surface, demanding to be acknowledged and integrated. Past traumas you thought you had dealt with may resurface for final healing. Patterns and programs you inherited from your family lineage will become visible, so you can finally break free from them. This is the purification process that must occur before you can fully embody the higher frequencies. Many spiritual teachers have romanticized ascension as if it is all bliss and light, but the truth is that ascension requires the death of everything false. Your false identity, your false beliefs, your false sense of security in material things and external validation, all of it must die so that your true self can be born. This death process is not comfortable. It feels like everything you have built your life upon is crumbling, because it is. But what emerges from the ashes is infinitely more real and powerful than what was lost. The dimensional bleed-through that occurs when the veils collapse means that physical reality will become dreamlike and fluid. Manifestation will happen at accelerated speeds because the buffer between thought and reality is dissolving. This is why controlling your thoughts and emotions is absolutely critical tomorrow. Whatever you focus on will begin to materialize almost immediately. If you focus on fear, you will create fearful experiences. If you focus on love and abundance, you will create miraculous experiences. You will also potentially have access to parallel versions of yourself existing in alternate timelines and realities. In quantum physics, this is called the many worlds interpretation. Every choice creates a branching point where multiple versions of reality unfold simultaneously. Usually you are only aware of the timeline you are currently experiencing. But when the veils collapse, you may temporarily merge consciousness with other versions of yourself, gaining access to knowledge and abilities they have developed in their timelines. This is how sudden, unexplainable talents and abilities can emerge. You are not actually developing something new. You are accessing skills and knowledge that another version of you has already mastered in a parallel reality. The veils normally keep these versions separate, but tomorrow those barriers will be permeable. The collapse of the veils is irreversible. Once you see beyond the illusion, you cannot unsee it. Once you experience higher states of consciousness, you cannot pretend to be satisfied with the old limitations. This is both liberation and responsibility. You become accountable for the knowledge you now possess. You cannot claim ignorance anymore. Now we arrive at one of the most transformative aspects of what is happening on October 4th. And this is something that Ashtar Sheran has specifically emphasized because it directly impacts your material reality in ways you cannot yet imagine. The cosmic frequencies piercing through Earth tomorrow are not only spiritual in nature. They carry within them mathematical codes, geometric patterns, and vibrational blueprints that will completely restructure humanity's relationship with abundance, wealth, and material manifestation. For thousands of years, humanity has operated under a scarcity paradigm. You were taught that resources are limited, that you must compete with others to survive, that wealth is only available to a select few, that you must work hard and struggle to deserve financial security. These beliefs were not natural to humanity. They were programmed into the collective consciousness deliberately by forces that benefited from keeping you in a state of lack and limitation. The truth that has been hidden from you is that the universe operates on principles of infinite abundance. There is no scarcity in the quantum field. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. The same creative force that produces billions of stars and endless galaxies is the same force that flows through you, and it has unlimited capacity to produce whatever you need or desire. You have been living in an illusion of poverty while surrounded by infinite wealth. October 4th marks the moment when the abundance codes locked within your DNA will be activated on a mass scale. These codes are specific sequences within your genetic structure that determine your capacity to receive, hold, and multiply wealth. They control your beliefs about money, your emotional relationship with abundance, and your energetic magnetism for prosperity. In most humans, these codes have been dormant or operating at a fraction of their potential. The Galactic Confederation has been working with the solar councils and the Earth's crystalline grid to prepare for this massive wealth activation. The frequencies coming tomorrow are precisely calibrated to unlock these abundance codes in all humans who are vibrationally ready to receive them. This is not symbolic or metaphorical. This is a literal reprogramming of your energetic and biological systems to align with universal prosperity. Let me explain how this works from a quantum perspective. Everything in the physical universe, including money, is simply energy vibrating at different frequencies. Money itself has no intrinsic value. It is a symbol, an agreement, a flow of energy between humans. The reason some people attract money easily while others struggle their entire lives has nothing to do with intelligence, education, or hard work. It has everything to do with vibrational frequency and the subconscious programming running in their energy field. Your subconscious mind, which controls 95% of your behavior and experiences, is filled with beliefs and programs about money that you absorb from your parents, your culture, your religious teachings, and your past life experiences. Most of these programs are based in fear and lack. Money is evil. Rich people are greedy. I don't deserve wealth. There is never enough. I have to sacrifice to survive. These programs create energetic blocks that repel abundance no matter how hard you try to attract it consciously. The cosmic frequencies on October 4th will penetrate directly into your subconscious mind and begin dissolving these blocks automatically. Programs that would normally take years of therapy and healing work to clear will be erased in hours. You will literally feel the release happening in your body. Tension in your solar plexus, which is the power center associated with abundance, will suddenly relax. Constriction in your root chakra, which governs survival and security, will open and expand. Your entire energetic system will recalibrate to a frequency of prosperity. But here is the crucial part. This activation is not a magic spell that makes money fall from the sky. It is a frequency alignment that makes you a magnet for opportunities, ideas, connections, and synchronicities that lead to wealth. After October 4th, you will start noticing things you never saw before. Business opportunities that were always there but invisible to you. People who want to give you money or resources, ideas that pop into your mind that could generate substantial income. Doors opening in ways that feel miraculous but are actually just the natural result of operating at a higher frequency. Ashtar Sheran has revealed that the wealthiest individuals on Earth, whether they know it consciously or not, operate at specific frequencies that naturally attract money. These frequencies can be measured and replicated. What took them years or lifetimes to achieve through trial and error, you can now access instantly through the cosmic download happening tomorrow. The playing field is being leveled. The codes that were once available only to secret societies and elite bloodlines are now being released to all of humanity. This is why October 4th represents such a threat to the old power structures. When masses of people suddenly gain access to abundance consciousness and the ability to create wealth independently, the systems of control that depend on economic slavery begin to crumble. You will no longer need to trade your life energy for money at jobs that drain your soul. You will become a sovereign creator of wealth, and this changes everything. Now let me give you the specific visualization and activation practice that will help you anchor these abundance codes into your field tomorrow. This is best done during the peak hours when the cosmic frequencies are strongest, but you can also practice it now to prepare your system. Find a quiet, comfortable position and close your eyes. Take several deep breaths and relax your entire body. Visualize a golden light descending from above, entering through your crown chakra and flowing down through your body. This is liquid gold, pure abundance energy from the galactic core. See it filling your heart center first, because true abundance must be anchored in the heart, not in fear or greed. Feel your heart expanding with gratitude for all the wealth that is already on its way to you. Gratitude is the frequency that opens the door to receiving. Now see this golden light flowing down into your solar plexus, your power center. As it fills this area, it burns away all programs of unworthiness, all beliefs that you don't deserve wealth. See these old patterns as dark clouds that dissolve in the brilliant gold light. Your solar plexus becomes a sun, radiating confidence, power, and magnetic attraction for prosperity. The golden light continues flowing down into your root chakra at the base of your spine. This is where survival fears are stored, where you hold anxiety about money and security. The golden light saturates this area completely, replacing fear with absolute trust that the universe will always provide for you abundantly. You are safe. You are supported. You are worthy of infinite wealth. Now visualize this golden light extending beyond your physical body, forming a sphere around you that extends several feet in all directions. This is your abundance field, your prosperity aura. See it glowing so brightly that it attracts money, opportunities, and resources like a magnet. Visualize large sums of money flowing to you from expected and unexpected sources. See your bank accounts overflowing with more money than you need. See yourself living in luxury, traveling to exotic locations, driving expensive vehicles, wearing designer clothes, dining at the finest restaurants. Do not feel guilty about these visions. Guilt is a lower frequency that blocks abundance. The universe is infinitely abundant, and your wealth does not take from anyone else. In fact, when you are wealthy, you have more capacity to help others and contribute positively to the world. Wealthy people who are spiritually aligned become powerful forces for good, funding humanitarian projects, supporting artists and innovators, and creating opportunities for others. As you hold these visions, speak these words with absolute conviction, either aloud or in your mind. I am a magnet for money and wealth. Abundance flows to me easily and effortlessly from multiple sources. I am worthy of unlimited prosperity. I receive massive amounts of money now. The universe supports my wealth and success. I am financially free. Money loves me and I love money. I am wealthy beyond measure. Repeat these affirmations while maintaining the visualization of the golden abundance field around you. Do this for at least 10 to 15 minutes. The longer you can hold this frequency, the deeper it anchors into your subconscious mind and your energy field. On October 4th, during the peak frequency transmission, this practice becomes exponentially more powerful because the cosmic energies are literally rewriting your energetic blueprint in real time. After the visualization, pay attention to any thoughts, feelings, or impulses that arise. You may suddenly think of someone you should call, a business idea you should pursue, an investment you should make, a skill you should develop. These are not random thoughts. They are guidance from your higher self, showing you the path to wealth that is now opening before you. Act on these impulses quickly. Inspired action during high-frequency periods creates results that would normally take months or years. One more critical piece about the abundance codes: money is energy, and like all energy, it must flow. Hoarding wealth out of fear causes it to stagnate and eventually disappear. The key to maintaining and multiplying wealth is circulation. Give generously, knowing that the universe will return to you multiplied. This is not about giving away money you cannot afford to lose. This is about understanding that wealth consciousness includes both receiving and giving in a continuous flow. After October 4th, watch for unexpected money coming to you. A forgotten bank account, a check in the mail, a refund, a gift, a bonus, an inheritance, a business deal that suddenly closes, a debt that is forgiven. The universe has infinite ways of delivering wealth to you, and most of them will surprise you because they come through channels you never considered. Stay open. Stay receptive. Do not limit how your abundance can arrive. Also be aware that as your frequency rises, you may experience what is called a purification period, where old financial patterns clear out before new wealth arrives. You might have unexpected expenses or temporary financial pressure. This is not a sign that the activation failed. This is the old energy clearing to make space for the new. Trust the process. Maintain your high frequency. Do not panic or fall back into scarcity thinking. The wealthy elite have always known that money is simply a tool for exchanging energy, and those who control the flow of money control society. But tomorrow, the control system breaks. The abundance codes being released to humanity mean that you no longer need permission from banks, governments, or corporations to be wealthy. You become your own source of abundance, connected directly to the infinite prosperity of the universe itself. This is the financial revolution that will follow the spiritual awakening. This is how humanity transitions from economic slavery to true freedom. And it begins on October 4th, 2025, with the activation of dormant codes within your DNA that transform you from a worker bee struggling to survive into a sovereign creator living in unlimited abundance. The only question is whether you are ready to receive it. If you are hearing these words right now, it is not by accident. The universe does not operate on coincidence. You were guided to this message at this precise moment because your soul recognizes the truth being spoken here, and your higher self is confirming that you are already part of the awakening that is unfolding. But many of you may be wondering how you can know for certain that you are ready, that you are connected, that these cosmic frequencies are already beginning to work through you. Let me reveal the signs that prove you have been chosen and prepared for what is coming on October 4th. The first and most common sign is the appearance of repeating number sequences in your daily life. You look at the clock and it reads 11:11, or 3:33, or 4:44. You receive a receipt and the total is $22.22. Your odometer shows all the same numbers. These are not random occurrences. These are angel numbers, cosmic confirmation codes that the universe uses to communicate with you when your logical mind would dismiss other forms of guidance. Each number sequence carries specific meaning. 1111 is the Master Awakening code, signaling that you are on the correct path and major spiritual downloads are incoming. 333 means the Ascended Masters are surrounding you with support and protection. 444 indicates your angels are very close and working behind the scenes to arrange everything in your favor. 555 announces massive changes and transformations about to manifest. If you've been seeing these numbers with increasing frequency over the past weeks, you are absolutely being prepared for October 4th. But the signs go much deeper than numbers. You have likely been experiencing unusual sleep patterns and dream activity. You wake up at the same time every night, often between 3 and 4 in the morning. This is not insomnia or a sleep disorder. This is your consciousness being called to higher dimensional meetings and training sessions while your physical body rests. During these early morning hours, the veil between worlds is naturally thinner, and your soul leaves your body to receive instructions, downloads and activations from your spirit guides and star family. Your dreams themselves have probably become more vivid, more detailed and harder to forget. You dream of flying, of visiting places you have never been, of speaking with people you do not know in waking life, but who feel deeply familiar. You dream of apocalyptic scenarios, of earth changes, of crowds of people in chaos or celebration. These dreams are not fears manifesting randomly. They are prophetic visions, glimpses of probable timelines and memories from parallel incarnations, all bleeding through as the cosmic frequencies intensify. You may have noticed that your psychic abilities are spontaneously activating or strengthening. You think of someone and they immediately call or text you. You have a feeling something is about to happen and then it does. You walk into a room and instantly know the emotional state of everyone present without them saying a word. You meet someone new and immediately sense whether they are trustworthy or hiding something. You have flashes of insight about future events that later prove accurate. These are not lucky guesses. Your intuitive channels are opening because your pineal gland is already beginning to activate in preparation for the massive upgrade coming tomorrow. Many of you have been experiencing physical symptoms that medical doctors cannot explain or treat effectively. Unexplained exhaustion that comes in waves, where you suddenly feel drained of all energy, even though you have done nothing physically demanding. Ringing or buzzing in the ears, particularly high-pitched tones that seem to come from inside your head rather than external sources. Pressure or tingling at the top of your head or in the center of your forehead. Heart palpitations or irregular heartbeat when there is no medical cause. Digestive issues that appear and disappear without explanation. Muscle aches and joint pain that migrate through your body. These symptoms are called ascension symptoms, and they occur because your physical body is literally transforming at the cellular level to hold higher frequencies of light. Your carbon-based structure is being upgraded to a crystalline-based structure. This process is uncomfortable because you are essentially mutating while remaining conscious and functional. When doctors run tests, they find nothing wrong because they are looking for disease or malfunction. But what is actually happening is evolution. Another powerful sign is the sudden dissolution of relationships that no longer serve your growth. Friendships that lasted for years suddenly feel empty and forced. Romantic relationships end abruptly or become strained beyond repair. Family members who you once felt close to now feel like strangers speaking a foreign language. This is not failure on your part. This is vibrational mismatch. As your frequency rises, you can no longer maintain connections with people who are operating at significantly lower vibrations. It is like trying to tune a radio to two different stations simultaneously. Eventually, you must choose one or the other. At the same time, you are probably noticing new people entering your life who operate at your new frequency. These connections form quickly and feel deep immediately, as if you have known each other for lifetimes, which you probably have. These are your soul family members, other awakened beings who incarnated at this time to support each other through the transition. If you have recently met someone who feels like coming home, someone who understands you without explanation, this is confirmation that you are being assembled into your spiritual tribe in preparation for what is coming. You may have experienced a sudden and dramatic shift in your interests, values, and priorities. Things that once mattered deeply to you now feel trivial and meaningless. Career ambitions that drove you for years suddenly lose their appeal. Material possessions that you once desired no longer hold any attraction. The news and entertainment that once captured your attention now feel like noise and distraction. This is not depression or loss of motivation. This is your consciousness expanding beyond the concerns of the ego and the illusions of the material world. Conversely, you find yourself deeply drawn to topics and activities you never cared about before. Spirituality, meditation, energy healing, ancient wisdom, conspiracy theories about hidden truths, extraterrestrial life, quantum physics, the nature of consciousness. You devour information on these subjects with an urgency that surprises you. You feel like you are remembering something you once knew rather than learning something new. This is because you are remembering. Your soul is awakening to knowledge that was always within you, but hidden behind the veil of forgetting that comes with physical incarnation. Time has been behaving strangely in your perception. Hours disappear and you cannot account for where they went. Moments stretch into what feels like eternity. You experience déjà vu with increasing frequency, the unsettling feeling that you have lived this exact moment before. You have precognitive flashes, where you know what someone is about to say before they speak. These temporal anomalies are signs that you are beginning to access consciousness outside of linear time, glimpsing the truth that past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. Synchronicities have become so common in your life that they no longer surprise you. You think of a song and it plays on the radio. You need information, and a book falls off a shelf open to the exact page you need. You randomly meet someone who has the exact skill or resource you were just wishing for. The universe is speaking to you constantly through these meaningful coincidences, confirming that you are in alignment with your highest path and that invisible forces are orchestrating your reality in your favor. You may have noticed increased sensitivity to the energies of places and people. Certain locations that you once enjoyed now feel heavy and draining. You walk into a shopping mall or crowded event and feel overwhelmed by the density of the energy. You can no longer tolerate loud music, violent movies, or negative news without feeling physically ill. Meanwhile, nature has become a sanctuary. You feel recharged and peaceful when surrounded by trees, water, or open sky. This is because your energy field is becoming more refined and can no longer tolerate the harsh frequencies of third-dimensional chaos. Many of you have had direct contact experiences, though you may not recognize them as such. You wake up with unexplained marks on your body, geometric patterns or small bruises that were not there when you went to sleep. You have memories of being on ships or in rooms with beings that do not look human. You feel a deep longing for home, but cannot identify where home is because it is not a place on Earth. These are signs of active engagement with your galactic family, who are working with you during sleep states to prepare you for full conscious contact, which is coming very soon. Your emotional state has likely been volatile and unpredictable. Moments of profound peace and unconditional love, followed by waves of grief, anger, or fear that seem to come from nowhere. You cry unexpectedly and cannot explain why. You feel overwhelming compassion for all beings, or sudden rage at the injustice and suffering in the world. This emotional intensity is not instability. It is purification. You are releasing lifetimes of suppressed emotion, clearing karmic debris, and integrating shadow aspects that can no longer be ignored as your frequency rises. Perhaps the strongest sign of all is the one you are experiencing right now as you hear these words. A deep resonance in your heart, a knowing that transcends logic, a feeling of coming home to truth after wandering in confusion. Your body may be responding physically, chills running down your spine, tears forming in your eyes, a pressure in your chest, tingling in your hands. These are not psychological reactions, these are energetic confirmations. Your soul is saying, yes, this is truth, this is what I came here for, I remember now. If you have experienced even a handful of these signs, you are undeniably part of the awakening wave. You are not crazy, you are not alone. You are exactly where you need to be, and everything you have experienced has been preparing you for October 4th, 2025. The universe has been training you, testing you, and upgrading you step by step, so that when the cosmic wave hits tomorrow, you will not be overwhelmed, but will instead ride it with grace and power into the new reality that is being born. We now enter the most profound territory of this transmission, the realm where science and spirituality merge into one unified understanding of consciousness and reality itself. What is about to be activated within you on October 4th goes beyond anything humanity has collectively experienced in recorded history. You are not simply receiving new information or temporary upgrades. You are being permanently transformed into a quantum being capable of operating consciously, across multiple dimensions simultaneously. The human mind, as you currently know it, is severely limited. Neuroscientists estimate that you use only a small fraction of your brain's capacity, but even this assessment fails to capture the truth. Your brain is not the source of consciousness. It is a receiver, a biological interface that translates infinite consciousness into the limited bandwidth of physical perception. You have been experiencing reality through a narrow filter, seeing only a tiny slice of what actually exists. The quantum mind that is being activated tomorrow operates on entirely different principles than the logical linear mind you have used your entire life. The logical mind processes information sequentially, one thought at a time, moving from past to present to future in a straight line. It separates everything into categories, creates boundaries and limitations, and believes that things are either true or false, real or imaginary, possible or impossible. The quantum mind transcends all of these limitations. It processes information holographically, accessing all data points simultaneously rather than sequentially. It exists outside of linear time, able to perceive past, present, and future as one unified field of possibilities. It recognizes that nothing is solid or fixed, that reality is fluid and responsive to consciousness, that multiple contradictory things can be true at the same time. This is not confusion or irrationality. This is actually a higher form of intelligence that appears chaotic only to the linear mind trying to understand it. Quantum physics has already proven that the observer affects the observed, that consciousness collapses waves of probability into specific outcomes, that particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously until measured. But most people treat these discoveries as abstract scientific concepts that have no relevance to daily life. This is the greatest deception. Quantum mechanics is not describing some weird behavior of subatomic particles. It is describing the fundamental nature of reality at all scales, including your personal experience of life. You are a quantum being living in a quantum universe. Every moment, you are collapsing infinite possibilities into the specific reality you experience. Your beliefs, expectations, emotions, and focus determine which version of reality manifests for you. This is not metaphor or wishful thinking. This is demonstrable physics. The problem is that most humans are unconscious of this process, collapsing reality, according to default programming and conditioning rather than conscious choice. October 4th marks the activation of conscious quantum awareness. You will begin to directly perceive the quantum field, the invisible matrix of infinite possibilities that exists beneath the surface of physical reality. You will see that solid matter is actually mostly empty space held together by consciousness. You will understand that separation is an illusion, that everything is interconnected in one unified field of energy and information. You will realize that you are not a small, limited being in a vast universe, but rather you are the universe itself experiencing one specific point of view. This shift in perception is so radical that it will fundamentally alter every aspect of how you live. Decision-making becomes effortless because you can perceive probable outcomes before choosing. Healing happens rapidly because you understand that your body is not solid flesh but a pattern of energy that can be reorganized through intention. Manifestation accelerates because you recognize that thoughts are not private internal events, but creative forces that shape external reality. The multidimensional reality that becomes accessible after the veils collapse is not somewhere else. It is right here, occupying the same space as your current reality, but vibrating at different frequencies. Imagine a radio that can only tune to one station at a time. The other stations are still broadcasting, still occupying the same airwaves, but you cannot perceive them unless you change the frequency. Your consciousness has been locked to the frequency of third-dimensional reality. Tomorrow the lock breaks and you gain access to the entire spectrum. In fourth-dimensional reality, time becomes fluid and malleable. You can slow it down, speed it up, or step outside of it entirely. You can access past and future timelines as easily as you currently access different rooms in your house. You can communicate telepathically with other beings regardless of physical distance. You can travel out of body to any location instantly. These abilities sound fantastical only because you have never experienced consciousness operating outside the constraints of linear time and physical density. Fifth-dimensional reality is the realm of unity consciousness, where separation dissolves completely and you experience yourself as one with all that exists. In this state, there is no fear because you understand that nothing can truly harm you when you are infinite and eternal. There is no lack because you recognize that you are the creative source from which all abundance flows. There is no conflict because you see that all beings are simply different expressions of the same consciousness, experiencing itself. Higher dimensions beyond the fifth operate on principles that cannot be adequately described in human language, because there are no reference points in your current experience. These are realms of pure light, pure geometry, pure consciousness, creating reality through thought alone. Advanced beings who inhabit these dimensions appear to you as gods or angels because their power and awareness are so far beyond human norms. Yet these beings are simply future versions of what you are becoming. The activation of quantum mind requires a complete rewiring of your neural pathways and energetic circuitry. This is why the cosmic frequencies coming tomorrow are so precisely calibrated. They are designed to trigger dormant genes, activate unused brain regions, and establish new connections between your physical body and your multidimensional light body. This process cannot be rushed or forced. It unfolds according to divine timing and your soul's readiness. Some of you will experience the quantum mind activation as a sudden explosive awakening, a moment where everything clicks into place and you see reality with complete clarity. Others will experience it gradually, as a slow dawning awareness that grows stronger over days and weeks following October 4th. Neither path is better or worse. Your soul knows the perfect pace for your individual evolution. As your quantum mind comes online, you will begin to access information through direct knowing rather than through learning or reasoning. Claircognizance, clear knowing, becomes your primary mode of perception. You simply know things without being able to explain how you know them. You meet someone and instantly understand their entire life story, their wounds, their gifts, their destiny. You look at a situation and immediately perceive all the hidden dynamics and probable outcomes. This is not arrogance or delusion. This is your natural state of awareness that has been offline for lifetimes. You will also develop the ability to perceive and interact with the Akashic records, the quantum field of information that contains every thought, emotion, action, and experience that has ever occurred. This is not some mystical library in the sky. It is literally the quantum memory of the universe, accessible to any consciousness that reaches the required frequency. You can access your own past lives, parallel lives, and future probable timelines. You can access the collective history of humanity, understanding exactly how we arrived at this point in evolution. The multidimensional body that activates tomorrow has capabilities that seem like superpowers from a third-dimensional perspective. Bilocation, existing in two places at once, remote viewing, seeing distant locations without traveling physically, telekinesis, moving objects with mind alone, materialization and dematerialization of physical matter, instant healing of injuries and illnesses. These abilities are not supernatural. They are natural capacities of consciousness operating at higher frequencies without the limitations of dense physical matter. But here is the critical understanding. These abilities are not given to you to show off, to dominate others, or to escape responsibility in the physical world. They are tools for service. Every activation, every gift, every expansion of consciousness comes with increased responsibility to use that power for the highest good of all beings. Those who attempt to use quantum abilities for selfish purposes or to manipulate others will find that the abilities collapse and disappear because consciousness itself has built-in safeguards against misuse. The quantum mind also grants you access to your multidimensional team, the guides, angels, star family members, and higher aspects of your own soul who have been supporting you throughout all of your incarnations. Most humans go through life completely unaware of this invisible support system. After October 4th, the communication channels become crystal clear. You will be able to ask questions and receive immediate answers. You will be able to call upon specific beings for specific assistance. You will realize you have never been alone, that you are surrounded at all times by loving intelligences who are invested in your success and evolution. This is when channeling becomes a natural ability for many people. You will be able to step aside and allow higher consciousness to speak through you, sharing wisdom and healing that transcends your personal knowledge. This is how the ancient prophets and mystics operated. They were not special chosen ones. They simply had access to the quantum field and could download information directly from source consciousness. As you navigate this new multi-dimensional reality, you will need to develop what might be called quantum discernment. Not everything you perceive will be true or beneficial. The astral planes contain thought forms, illusions, trickster entities, and lower vibrational beings who may attempt to deceive you or feed off your energy. Just because something is non-physical does not mean it is enlightened or trustworthy. You must learn to feel into the frequency of information and entities, discerning truth from deception through resonance rather than logic. The way to maintain clarity in multidimensional reality is to stay anchored in your heart. Your heart is the bridge between all dimensions, the center point that allows you to navigate infinite realities without getting lost. When you feel confusion or overwhelm, return to your heart space. Ask yourself, does this feel like love or does it feel like fear? Love always expands, opens and connects. Fear always contracts, closes, and separates. This simple discernment will guide you perfectly. The quantum mind does not replace your humanity, it enhances it. You do not lose your personality, your preferences, your unique expression. You simply gain access to the full range of who you are, beyond the small identity you have been playing in this one lifetime. You remember that you are ancient and eternal, that you have lived countless lives in countless forms, that you chose to be here now for this exact moment of transformation. Tomorrow, October 4th, the quantum mind is no longer potential waiting to be activated. It becomes your lived reality, your natural state of being, your new operating system, for navigating a universe that is infinitely more magical, mysterious, and magnificent than you ever imagined possible. The moment the cosmic frequencies peak and then begin to recede on October 4th, you will enter what the Galactic Confederation calls the integration phase. This 72-hour window following the main event is in many ways more critical than the event itself. What you experience during these 3 days will determine how successfully you anchor the new frequencies into your physical reality, and how smoothly you transition into the upgraded version of yourself that is being born. The first thing you need to understand is that October 4th is not the end of anything, it is the beginning. The cosmic download that occurs tomorrow plants seeds in your consciousness and your energy field, but those seeds need time to germinate, take root, and grow into their full expression. The 72 hours following the peak transmission is when these seeds begin to sprout, and this process requires your conscious participation and careful attention. Immediately after the peak hours, you may experience what feels like a crash or a come down. After riding waves of intense high-frequency energy, your system will need to rest and recalibrate. Many people will feel exhausted beyond anything they have felt before, a bone-deep weariness that sleep does not seem to fully address. This is normal and necessary. Your physical body has just undergone a massive energetic upgrade, and it needs time to adjust to operating at a new baseline frequency. Do not fight this exhaustion. Do not push yourself to maintain your normal schedule and responsibilities. If at all possible, clear your calendar for the weekend of October 4th through October 6th. Give yourself permission to rest deeply, to sleep when your body asks for sleep, even if it is the middle of the day, to do absolutely nothing without guilt or anxiety. This rest period is not laziness. It is essential integration work happening at levels you cannot consciously perceive. During these 3 days, your dreams will be extraordinarily significant. You will receive detailed instructions, downloads of information, activations of abilities, and meetings with guides and star family that will feel more real than waking life. Keep a journal by your bed and write down everything you remember immediately upon waking, even if it seems nonsensical or fragmentary. These dream experiences contain codes and keys that your conscious mind will understand later. You may also experience disorientation and confusion about what is real and what is imagined. The boundary between physical reality and other dimensional realities will be thin and permeable during this integration window. You might see things that others do not see, hear sounds that have no physical source, feel presences in rooms that appear empty. Do not assume you are losing your mind. Your perception is expanding, and you are beginning to see the fuller picture of reality that includes non-physical dimensions. Some people will experience what appears to be physical illness during these 72 hours. Flu-like symptoms, nausea, dizziness, body aches, headaches, digestive issues. Medical tests will show nothing wrong because this is not biological illness. This is your body purging old energies and recalibrating to new frequencies. The symptoms are uncomfortable but temporary. Drink large amounts of water to help flush the old energy through your system. Rest as much as possible. Avoid putting anything toxic into your body that will complicate the cleansing process. Your emotional state during these 3 days will likely be volatile and unpredictable. You may cry without knowing why. Feel waves of grief for things you thought you had already processed. Experience sudden anger or frustration that seems disproportionate to whatever triggered it. You may also have moments of overwhelming joy, unconditional love for all beings, and profound peace that makes no logical sense given your external circumstances. All of this is the emotional body clearing and recalibrating. Let the emotions move through you without trying to control or understand them. The external world will be in chaos during this period. News reports will be filled with stories of unusual phenomena, mass sightings of unexplained aerial objects, people having public breakdowns or spontaneous awakenings, systems and technology malfunctioning in bizarre ways. This is the collective consciousness going through the same integration process you are experiencing individually, but most people will not have the context to understand what is happening. You will need to be very careful about who you interact with during these 72 hours. People operating at significantly different frequencies than you will feel intolerable to be around. Their energy will feel abrasive, draining, or even painful to your sensitized system. This is not judgment against them. This is simply vibrational incompatibility. Protect your energy by limiting contact with anyone who lowers your frequency or creates discord. This is not the time to try to convince skeptics or save people who are not ready to awaken. On the other hand, connections with people who are also going through the awakening will feel magnetic and deeply nourishing. If you have the opportunity to be in the presence of like-minded, high-frequency individuals during this integration period, take it. Group coherence amplifies the activation for everyone involved. Sharing your experiences with others who understand creates validation and support that helps you trust what you're going through. Technology may behave strangely during these 3 days. Electronics turning on or off by themselves, messages being sent or received at impossible times, glitches and malfunctions that have no technical explanation. This happens because your energy field is so amplified and your consciousness is operating at such a high frequency that you are affecting electromagnetic systems around you. This is actually a sign that the activation is working. As you learn to control your energy, these disruptions will decrease. You will begin to notice synchronicities occurring at an accelerated rate, the right people appearing at the right time with the right information or resources, opportunities opening up that seemed impossible before, problems resolving themselves without your intervention, money or resources arriving from unexpected sources. These are not coincidences. This is the universe responding to your new frequency by rearranging physical reality to match your upgraded consciousness. Pay close attention to any intuitive hits, sudden ideas or impulses to take specific actions during these 72 hours. These are not random thoughts. They are guidance from your higher self and your multidimensional team showing you the immediate next steps on your path. Act on these promptings quickly, even if they do not make logical sense. Inspired action taken during high-frequency windows creates results that would normally take months or years to manifest. Your relationship with time will become increasingly distorted. Hours will pass in what feels like minutes. Entire days will seem to disappear. You will have trouble remembering what day it is or what you did earlier in the day. This is because you are beginning to operate outside of linear time, and your consciousness is not fully anchored in the third-dimensional timeline anymore. This temporal confusion will stabilize as you learn to navigate multi-dimensional awareness while maintaining a functional presence in physical reality. Food will likely become an issue during this period. You may have no appetite at all, or you may crave specific foods intensely. Your body knows what it needs to support the integration process. Trust these cravings and aversions, even if they seem strange. Many people will be drawn to eat very light or to fast entirely during these days. Others will need grounding foods like root vegetables and proteins. There is no right or wrong. Listen to your body rather than following external dietary rules. Some people will experience spontaneous activations of psychic abilities during this integration window, suddenly seeing auras, hearing thoughts of others, knowing things before they happen, feeling energies and entities that were previously invisible. These abilities can be disorienting at first because you have no training or context for how to use them. Remember that these gifts are natural to your true nature. They are not something foreign being imposed on you. With practice and patience, you will learn to control and direct these abilities rather than being overwhelmed by them. You may also receive clear instructions about changes you need to make in your life. And knowing that you must leave a relationship, quit a job, move to a different location, start a new project, or end an old commitment. These instructions will feel absolute and non-negotiable, even if they create temporary disruption or discomfort. Trust them. Your higher self is guiding you to align your external life with your new internal frequency, and anything that is not aligned must be released to make space for what is coming. The physical world itself may appear different to you after October 4th. Colors may seem more vibrant or have hues you have never seen before. Solid objects may appear to shimmer or become translucent. You may see geometric patterns or light codes overlaying physical reality. You may notice that nature seems more alive and conscious, as if trees and animals are communicating with you directly. This is not hallucination. This is expanded perception, revealing layers of reality that were always present, but filtered out by your previous limited consciousness. During these 72 hours, it is crucial that you document your experiences. Write in a journal, record voice notes, create art. Whatever method feels natural to you, your logical mind will try to dismiss or forget the extraordinary things that happen during this period. By documenting them immediately, you create a record that you can reference later when doubt creeps in. You will need this evidence to remind yourself that what you experienced was real and that you are not going crazy. Be prepared for the possibility that your sleep patterns will be completely disrupted during this integration phase. You may not be able to sleep at all for long stretches, or you may sleep for 12 to 16 hours at a time. You may wake up feeling more exhausted than when you went to bed because your consciousness has been active in other dimensions, doing intensive work while your body rested. Do not panic about irregular sleep. Your system is recalibrating and will find a new rhythm once the initial integration is complete. By the end of the 72-hour window, you will begin to stabilize at a new baseline frequency. The intensity will decrease, but you will notice that you are fundamentally different than you were before October 4th. Your perception is clearer, your intuition is stronger, your emotional responses are more balanced, your physical energy is more vibrant. You have crossed a threshold from which there is no return, and the person you were before October 4th no longer exists. A new version of you has been born, and this new version is aligned with the future that is being created for humanity and for Earth. We have arrived at the final transmission, and this is where everything converges into a single point of choice that will determine the trajectory of your entire existence from this moment forward. Everything you have heard in this message, every activation, every warning, every piece of guidance, has been leading to this exact moment where you must make a decision that cannot be unmade. The universe is asking you a question, and your answer will shape not only your personal reality, but will contribute to the collective destiny of humanity itself. The question is simple, but profound. Will you step fully into your power as a sovereign creator and conscious participant in the ascension of Earth? Or will you retreat back into the illusion of limitation, safety, and unconsciousness? There is no judgment either way. This is not about right or wrong. This is about alignment with your soul's deepest truth and your willingness to accept the responsibility that comes with awakening. Let me be absolutely clear about what is at stake. October 4th, 2025 is a cosmic checkpoint, a moment when souls are sorted according to their vibrational frequency and readiness for the next phase of human evolution. This is not punishment or exclusion. This is simply the natural consequence of the law of resonance. Like attracts like. Frequency determines experience, You cannot exist in a reality that does not match your vibration. Those who choose ascension, who choose to raise their frequency and embrace the transformation, will move into timeline realities where magic is normal, where abundance flows effortlessly, where unity consciousness replaces separation and fear. These timeline realities already exist. They are not being created tomorrow. They are being accessed by those who match their frequency. You are shifting dimensions, not waiting for the dimension to change around you. Those who choose to remain in lower frequencies, whether through fear, attachment to old identities, or simple unreadiness, will continue in timeline realities where struggle persists, where the old systems of control remain in place, where suffering and limitation are the dominant experience. Again, this is not punishment, this is choice. Every soul has the right to evolve at their own pace, and some souls require more time in density before they are ready to ascend. But here is what you must understand. The window is closing. The cosmic alignments that make this mass ascension possible occur once every 26,000 years. If you do not take this opportunity now, you will need to wait another full cycle before these conditions return. That means potentially thousands of lifetimes continuing in third-dimensional reality, repeating the same lessons, experiencing the same limitations, until the next great awakening cycle arrives. This is why Ashtar Sheran has broken silence to deliver this message. This is why the Galactic Confederation is so actively involved in Earth's transition right now. They are not here to save you or do the work for you. They are here to make sure you know that the door is open and that you have a choice. But you must walk through the door yourself. No one can carry you. No one can make this choice for you. The choice you make in the next 24 hours is not just a mental decision. It is an energetic commitment, a vibrational alignment, a declaration to the universe of who you choose to be and what reality you choose to experience. You make this choice through your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and most importantly, through your willingness to release everything that is not aligned with your highest truth. Ask yourself right now, what am I still holding on to that is preventing me from stepping fully into my power? Is it a relationship that you know is over, but you are too afraid to leave? Is it a job that drains your soul but provides false security? Is it an identity or belief system that you have outgrown, but you are too attached to release? Is it fear of what others will think if you fully express your authentic self? Is it unworthiness, the belief that you do not deserve the life you truly desire? Whatever it is, you must release it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. The cosmic frequencies hitting tomorrow will force these releases anyway, but if you do it consciously and willingly, the transition will be infinitely smoother than if you resist, and the universe has to pry your fingers off of what you are clinging to. Surrender is not defeat. Surrender is wisdom. It is the recognition that you cannot take the old into the new, and that trying to do so only creates unnecessary suffering. I want you to take a moment right now and make a declaration out loud. Speak these words with absolute conviction, feeling them in every cell of your body. I now release all fear, all limitation, all false identity, and all attachments that do not serve my highest good. I surrender completely to the divine plan for my life. I choose ascension. I choose freedom. I choose love. I choose abundance. I choose truth. I am ready. I am willing. I am aligned with my highest timeline. And so it is. As you speak these words, visualize a golden light pouring down from above, filling your entire being, dissolving all resistance, all doubt, all heaviness. See everything that is not serving you burning away in this divine fire, leaving only the pure essence of who you truly are. Feel yourself becoming lighter, freer, more powerful with each breath. This is not imagination. This is real energetic work that is preparing you for tomorrow. The Galactic Confederation has one final message for those who are ready to fully commit to this path. You are not alone. You have never been alone. There are millions of awakened beings on Earth right now, going through this exact same process. There are billions of beings in higher dimensions supporting this planetary transition. You are part of a cosmic family that spans galaxies and dimensions, and you are deeply loved and valued for the courage it took to incarnate on Earth during this challenging time. Your presence here is not accidental. You are not a random soul who happened to be born at this time. You are a volunteer, a warrior of light who specifically chose to be here for this moment. Before you incarnated, you knew this day was coming. You knew that Earth would go through a period of darkness before the dawn. You knew it would be difficult, confusing, and painful at times. And you came anyway, because you knew that your light was needed to help tip the balance and ensure that humanity successfully navigates this transition. Now is the time to remember who you are and why you came. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are not powerless. You are not insignificant. You are a divine being of infinite creative power, having a temporary human experience. And you are here to anchor heaven on earth. This is your mission. This is your purpose. Everything you have experienced in this lifetime has been training for what comes next. The new earth that is being born is not some distant future possibility. It exists right now in a higher frequency bandwidth, and those who match that frequency are phasing into it. This new earth is a world where technology and spirituality merge harmoniously, where free energy, advanced healing modalities, and instant manifestation are normal, where governments serve the people rather than controlling them, where money is a tool for exchange rather than a weapon of enslavement, where every person lives in alignment with their highest joy and unique gifts. This is not fantasy. This is the natural state of existence for civilizations that have evolved beyond fear and separation consciousness. Thousands of advanced civilizations across the galaxy already live this way, and Earth is joining this galactic community. But the transition requires that enough humans raise their frequency to create the tipping point. You are part of that critical mass. Your choice matters. Your frequency matters. You matter. After October 4th, your life will never be the same. The person you were before this cosmic event will feel like a distant memory, a character you once played in a dream you have now awakened from. You will look back on your old life and barely recognize the person who lived it. The fears that once controlled you will seem absurd. The limitations you once accepted will seem like chains you wore voluntarily. The smallness you once believed about yourself will seem like a tragic case of mistaken identity. But the journey does not end on October 4th. In many ways, it is just beginning. The activation you receive tomorrow is the starting point, not the destination. You will spend the coming months and years learning to master your new abilities, integrating the downloads of information, and creating the new life that matches your upgraded consciousness. There will be challenges. There will be moments of doubt. There will be times when you question whether any of this is real. This is normal and expected. During those moments, return to your heart. Return to the feeling you are experiencing right now as you hear these words. Return to the knowing that exists beyond thought and logic. Return to the connection with your higher self that is always available. You have everything you need within you. You always have. The cosmic frequencies are simply removing the interference that prevented you from accessing your own power. The final thing I will say to you is this: do not wait to start living as your highest self. Do not wait for external circumstances to change before you claim your power. Do not wait for permission or validation from others. The time is now, not tomorrow after the cosmic event. Now. Begin right now to think, speak, and act as the awakened, empowered, abundant being you are becoming. The external reality will catch up to match your internal state, but you must lead with consciousness, not wait for physical proof. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Trust that the universe is conspiring in your favor, that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, and that you are being guided every step of the way. You were born for this moment. You are ready for this transformation, and nothing can stop what is coming, not for you personally, and not for humanity collectively. October 4th, 2025 will be remembered as the day everything changed, the day the old world died, and the new world was born. The day humanity took its first steps into galactic citizenship and multidimensional awareness. And you will be able to say that you were here, that you were awake, that you chose ascension consciously and courageously, and that you helped anchor the light that changed everything. Welcome home, beautiful soul. The journey of 1,000 lifetimes has led to this moment, and from this moment forward, everything is possible. Your new destiny begins now. If this message resonated with your soul, if you felt the truth of these words in your heart, comment below what you are choosing to release and what you are choosing to embody as you step into your new timeline. Declare your intention to the universe. Let your soul family see your light. Together we rise. Subscribe to this channel and share this message with anyone who needs to hear it before tomorrow arrives. Time is short, and every awakened soul makes a difference. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your light. The universe honors you, and so do I.